Welcome to Radically Loved Radio. I am your host, Rosie Acosta, yoga teacher and teacher trainer, mindfulness coach, speaker, and creative writer. I am also the founder of radicallylove.com, a website where you can go for more information about yoga, mindfulness, meditation, and lifestyle advice. On this podcast, we talk to people within our health and wellness community that are creating content through the ritualistic practice of yoga, meditation, or overall mindful living. We hope to create value in your life so that you can achieve your highest potential and live a radically loved life. To stay in touch with us, just follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Rosie Acosta and on Facebook at Radically Loved Rosie. You can sign up for our newsletter on radicallylove.com to stay up to date on future workshops, retreats, and latest podcasts. So what is yoga and what does it actually mean? A lot of you may be familiar with the physical postures that you might see on Instagram or on ads, and it's such a popular thing for people to do now, but what does it actually mean? So in the physical, mental, and spiritual practice, yoga originated in ancient India, and it became popular in the West in the 20th century. So the word yoga comes from the Sanskrit word yuj, Y-U-J, which means to yoke, and samadhi or concentration. So yoga is the practice that aims to join mind, body, and spirit. So the ultimate goal of yoga is to achieve liberation, right? Is to achieve freedom. It's been used as a practice for thousands of years, and many different interpretations have developed about what yoga means. And each type of yoga has its own emphasis and practices. And there are different types of yoga asanas or postures that people practice. There's different schools of movement. But in the West, yoga is most often associated with just the physical practice, right? Particularly the stretching you may see to build flexibility or to relax the body. Not only can those postures help build strength and develop coordination and balance and stamina and all the goodness and all the things that your chiropractor or your doctor might recommend for you to do. However, this is only one aspect of what yoga is. So one of the things that the postures are established in are the 8 limbs of yoga. And so for those of you that have been listening to the podcast for a long time, I've brought it up with different people, especially teachers that teach this type of philosophy, and Amy Pierce Hayden and Kelly DiNardo, who wrote Living the Sutras, wrote at length about the 8 limbs, which is a really great read for those of you who are curious to learn more about yoga philosophy in the modern day. They did a great job. So the sacred text essentially says that there are 8 limbs to getting to liberation. The first one is yama, meaning the 5 abstentions or outer observances. The second is niyama, which are the inner observances. The third is asana, which actually asana means comfortable seat. So it's referring to the physical posture needed in meditation. So even in the yogic philosophy back in the day, there's no like crow pose or bird of paradise or handstand. It's really just about the seated practice, right? And no offense to those of us who enjoy those. I myself enjoy all the fun practices as well, like, going upside down and back bending for fun. But this is what the philosophy speaks to. The fourth is pranayama, so it's a controlled or suspended breath, which to me, I found to be the most powerful in my practice. One of the best quotes that I've heard my teachers say is, control your breath, control your life. And we can go into that on another solo cast. The fifth one is pratyahara. It's withdrawing of the senses. And so when we're able to withdraw from the senses, we're able to get into a deeper state of awareness. And I'm actually leading a weekend retreat at 1440 Multiversity in Santa Cruz in the second weekend of May. So if those of you that are interested in diving deep into what that sense is, no pun intended, withdrawing of the senses. I'm doing a weekend there. So the sixth one is dharana. So it's a single pointed focus. So once we can withdraw from the senses, we can get to a place of single pointed focus. The seventh is dhyana, which is meditation. So only then can we achieve that state after the single pointed focus. The eighth one, the eighth limb, is liberation. That's the space, the foundation, the unleashing of the enlightenment. So as you can see that there are many paths of yoga, including bhakti yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, but they're all rooted in the yamas and the niyamas, and they all have the same goal of samadhi, samadhi meaning enlightenment or liberation. So even though yoga is thought to be therapeutic for many physical and mental conditions, there's been a lot of science and studies that have come to light in the last couple of years, even demonstrating how effective this is used as a treatment, and not only for physical and chronic pain, but also for stress and anxiety and insomnia and so on. So I hope that this gave you a little bit more insight to what yoga actually means and how it's used, and perhaps how you can begin to incorporate it more into your lifestyle. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you like it, please write us a review and subscribe to the podcast, share it with a friend, and I look forward to staying connected with all of you. Thanks for listening. Powerful You is coming to Los Angeles. Finally, I'm so excited. This 3-day transformative event brings world-renowned influencers, visionaries, and entrepreneurs directly to the LA area. So get ready, LA. And if you're not in LA, you must come. We've got some incredible people speaking, many who have been guests on this podcast. We've got Lisa Bilyeu, Lori Harder, Glennon Doyle, and I get to be speaking at this event, which is still hard for me to believe. I'm so excited. It's May 17th through the 19th. Get your tickets at powerful-u.com, or you can go to the show notes of this podcast and go directly to the link to get your tickets now. This event will sell out, and I really hope that you treat yourself and get an opportunity to come to this amazing event. So I'll see you soon.